Oh man, this is a Verlicified team right here. I mean, look at that. Except for the Honchkrow and the Goodra, we have some filth. The Alomomola, we also have Medicham, Ferrothorn, and even the Dusclops. The Dusclops is really what brings it over the top with that Medicham, just right. So this battle could go all over the place. I mean, you always have to respect the Goodra too. If you have too much special attacks on your team, if you're open to a lot of super effective coverage, if you're using shiny hacked Pokemon, you know, that's something that could happen. So there's Palindrome. Alright, Alomomola is already a pretty obvious Palindrome, which is why I wonder how people can actually have trouble spelling it, because it's the same both ways, but just naming it Palindrome, like you couldn't get any more obvious. Alright, so that's going to be the Scald. On to what was the Landorus. Superior not going to... Oh, Superior does get burned. Alright, there we go. 30% chance gets the burn. Leftovers going to make it to where Superior's taking just a little bit every turn. Now things are about to get interesting because you have a Ferrothorn. Ferrothorn shuts out any hope the Superior has. Yeah, like Ferrothorn is a massive sweet Pokemon. Like it is a Pokemon you always need to respect because that Leaf Storm can just take off. But until the Ferrothorn is gone, it's not going to be a problem. So Superior's getting set up. Can't Leech Seed it, unfortunately, as the Ferrothorn, but then the rest of it is like, alright, you still throw out Gyro Balls, you can still get your free Stealth Rocks this turn because of all that. Works out pretty well. So that's going to be a withdraw, and the next Pokemon is going to be Talonflame. I mean, that's just the cycle of synergy that you have working for yourself. So the Stealth Rocks, interestingly enough, a little late. Once keep Talonflame at bay. But yeah, you're just like, alright, they're going to respond to my Superior with Ferrothorn, so I'm going to need a Fire Beater like a Talonflame. Talonflame's going to see that. And then the Dusclops is the response. Went for the Will-O-Wisp onto the Ferrothorn. Interesting. Yeah, Talonflame is a wild card because it's one of those obvious things. Like, I'm bringing my Talonflame so I can Flare Blitz you down into nothing. But you don't know if the Talonflame is going to be choice. You don't know if the Talonflame is going to be going for Swords Dance, some kinds of other setup. You don't know what Talonflame wants to do. It might just say, alright, I'm going to anticipate the switch and go for a Brave Bird. Who knows? So, Infestation. Interesting. I like it. I like that Dusclops with the Infestation. So, Burn plus Infestation going to really make the sweep potential go down. It's like, what do you do in this case? Because Dusclops being burned is very, very bad. The Infestation plus the burn. Good amounts of damage. Alright. And then you're thinking about, so if Ferrothorn actually gets a Leech Seed on Talonflame, while it's not like the most upsetting, wow, that was a no damage. That was a critical hit onto Dusclops. Took like, what was that, around half, but still, that's after a crit. So Superior did get the boost, but after the Nightshade, into the burn, into the Infestation, it's gone. Superior getting stopped by this Dusclops. I mean, there are different ways to take the Dusclops. I prefer be a total scumbag and go with that Confused Ray and then get the double team down there. But it's also just a very tanky Pokemon. You can Nightshade it up. You can also throw down some damage. I don't think Dusclops is going to be able to rest, if it's even running rest. And it is going to be the Mega Evolution. So Mega Scizor going to be difficult as the Dusclops. Bullet Punch definitely going to knock it out, unfortunately, even though Dusclops is very tanky. Bug Bite, wow. Throwing out the Bug Bite, that's going to be resisted. Yeah, not very effective. And the Will-O-Wisp. So, Dusclops is going down with that fight. It's like, alright, Scizor, you're burned. Done. You're over. Yeah, Scizor doesn't get to do anything in this battle. Alright, good job. Wow, Dusclops really rounding out and just like cleaning up right there. So we still have a lot of filthy tankiness. There's the Scumbag. Scumbag Goodra. Oh no, what makes Goodra such a scumbag? Like, alright, he's throwing out the Flamethrower, so I'm guessing there's Talonflame. Talonflame, though, going to eat those Stealth Rocks, eating a free Flamethrower, getting dropped below half. Oh, Acid Armor. Wait. Oh, it's set up Goodra! It's set up Goodra! What? I was not expecting that. Like, I haven't seen it in so long. I gave up on the dream. So, leftovers on Talonflame. Talonflame with the Will-O-Wisp. That's going to be a little unfortunate for the Goodra. But does have the Acid Armor. So, Talonflame's not going to be able to do too much. And he's going to keep setting up the Acid Armor. So, Talonflame just really not going to get anything done. The opponent has Landorus, which will get stopped out. And I guess if Goodra has the Ice Beam or something, you know, just... I can't wait to see the coverage right now. I can't wait to see... Like, the sustain is a problem. But we'll see. Like, the Will-O-Wisp, this Talonflame's getting a lot of Will-O-Wisp cross. That's the switch out, but that's not going to be good because... Really eating those stealth rocks later. And yeah, the opponent's opponent's definitely hacking at this point. Come on. There's the Acid Armor and Goodra. Ooh. So is that max defense? The Starmie though. Wow, the opponent's whole team is just leftovers. That's really silly. And this is why I like Battle Spot rules, because you can't use duplicate items, because Smogon is a very boring and uninspired format. Psyshock. Okay, so trying to hit the Goodra for the fizz. Wait, no, you don't want a Psyshock? He just used Acid Armor. I know he's a special defense tank, but right now special attacks are your best bet. And it has Infestation. Acid Armor, Infestation, Scumbag, Goodra. I am down with that. So super effective hit, gets a little bit of damage, kind of negates through the leftovers. Going to get that drop though, percent health. Oh, this is going to get good, guys. I am pretty excited. Also, I just switched over to AG2Q. I wanted to see if they started the run, and they do have the Super Mario Bros. 3 run. So after this Fan Fridays, I know what I'm watching. The Starmie has Rapid Spin. Oh, Stealth Rock's getting removed. Okay. Gooey's going to slow down the Starmie, which is interesting. But yeah, freeing... Oh, wow. Freeing the Infestation and getting rid of the Stealth Rocks. That's pretty big. The Starmie has what it takes. That's going to keep Talonflame a lot safer. Goodra's not taking any damage from the way the Starmie is playing. It's on Toxic Timer, though. It's like, what do you do? Because if you throw out another Toxic, I'm expecting like a Talonflame, like a switch into Talonflame. So you throw out the Toxic and hit him with that. But maybe not. I don't know. It's a tough call right here as to what could happen. Oh, wait. Starmie has Recover. All right. So it's not really losing too much if you throw out that. I'm wondering if this is Rust Goodra. Like if you have Chesto Resto at this point. So it's Toxic Infestation Goodra. Yes, I said this, that it could work. And eventually you're just going to be able to get so much burn down onto your opponent, and you're such a tanky Pokemon, especially after the Acid Armor. So I'm wondering, is Goodra actually like full hit point special defense invest because you have the Acid Armor? Maybe a little bit of defense, that way you can set up your Acid Armor as needed. So what, like 160 EVs in defense, the rest is like Calm Nature, hit point of special defense investment, something like that. I don't know. So the Psyshock not doing anything. Yeah, the Starmie has nothing. And if Goodra shows the Chesto Resto, if Goodra shows something. Or has Goodra been using leftovers? I think Goodra has leftovers, right? Never mind. I got distracted by okay, it's leftovers. But I mean, Rust can still work. I want to make sure there's some sustain on this Goodra. No Citrus Berry. But Starmie's going to start going down here pretty fast to all that, like, poison and infestation. Has to Toxic this turn. That's a free turn for the Goodra. Starmie has Recover. Oh, man, this is getting interesting. But yeah, the Scumbag Goodra just really stalling out. Yes! He has the rest. Doesn't have to worry about the status after all that setup. The Will-O-Wisp was probably like the Will-O-Wisp was the most threatening thing onto the Goodra. Gets the rest in there, and now we wait and just see what happens, because might heal up from the leftovers. That's Toxic. Starting to get up there. And then the Infestation, and then you just reset the Infestation. Oh, yeah, that's right. Starmie can't switch because of that. I'm like, why doesn't he switch out? Duh. So making a switch prediction on the Pokemon's infested, really not that fantastic of an idea. So you just keep them in. Yeah. So, I mean, normally, under most circumstances, like, you go down to the poison and the infestation before you get freed, but with that sustain from the leftovers, with the recover and stuff, it's dragging it out just a little more, but as you can see right there, the damage is getting pretty crazy. So, Starmie has the recover. That's the only thing you can spam to just try to stay alive right here. Goodra's asleep, so, I mean, even with the infestation, like, infestation rest combo might be something to look into, because if you have an opponent that's too weak to knock you out, you just infest them and then you go to sleep. So there's the withdrawal. Finally got freed from the infestation. Withdrawing into the Scizor, but we know Scissor's Burn, which is actually perfect. Because normally that would be very difficult to get over, like with the Toxic and stuff. So you're going into that infestation. Now Scissor's locked in. Infestation. Burn. That's kind of it. So there's no real like Toxic way of bringing him down, but he will take a lot of damage. And yeah. Acid Armor. Everything. Like Scizor doesn't get to do nothing. Has Roost. Wow, the stall is real. I don't know why the opponent isn't, like, if I was the opponent, it's just done right now. Because Starmie gets walled out, Scizor gets walled out, Talonflame gets walled out. Your whole team is physical. And your Goodra has 6 Acid Armor. And there's so much status. Goodra's already like full health and just completely doesn't have to worry about anything. Scizor would make an attempt though, but even at its best, at +6, it's still burn, and it's going to be on neutral damage. So, like, I don't even think a crit would knock out Goodra at that point. Yeah, and eventually it's just going to be a lot of roosting right here. There's another Swords Dance. Like, Goodra doesn't have anything else. Like, we know it's Toxic Infestation, Acid Armor Rest, with one of the most insane special defense tanks in the entire game. But Scizor just gets to roost it up. I'm going to watch a little bit more AGDQ. Wow, he's already in the desert level. They're doing a 100% run, guys. You guys are actually, it's SGDQ right now. You guys need to watch Summer Games done quick. Donate to the cause. I hate it because every day, there's like, every time I see a game I like, I end up donating for it. It's like, no, losing all my money to charity. But it's so cool. Donation sims make it fun. And watching just like, Super Mario Bros. 3 is one of my favorite games. Also, all the Super Mario Bros. Are so good. Like, Super Mario World's amazing. Let's talk about other games being just absolutely destroyed in a speed run while Pokemon stuff is happening. How's you guys' day been? Opponent's being pretty stubborn right now, you know? There's that. Yeah, you know what? He has no sympathy from me. Yeah, he has no sympathy. Like 3 leftovers, 4 leftovers, or however many leftovers he has on the team. All shinies, hacked Smogon follower. This is no bad, just so bad. Also, my voice didn't crack, but not the right noise came out when I did that. How many times can I like skip ahead? I want to just like keep mashing the skip ahead button. I feel like that would make things get all funny. All right, he's already like, wow, 7.5 minutes in. World 2, level like level 3 or something. Dang. I love this game. But also Pokemon, you know, it's a game you love until you hate. This is one of those moments where you just can't fall in love with Pokemon too often. Too much. Speed's going to go down. So finally trying to throw out the damage, and we can see that the damage is not there. Can't get the attack to go up any higher, but Goodra can rest. And by the time Goodra wakes up, everything's okay. So that's going to be Infestation. Scizor can't switch out either. So he's stuck in on the +6. Scumbag just resting, because why not? Goodra's faster because of all the craziness from the GUI as well. Is the opponent really just waiting to like go down, like run out of roost or something? Like there's no winning. There's no winning this. Okay, screw it, guys. We've been through this enough. I'm just going to skip to the end of the battle and see what happens.
Luckily with these bros, the item doesn't spawn until everything's off screen. So as long as you kill that guy before he throws the first boomerang out, it really doesn't matter when you kill him.
Yeah. Once it's on screen, you know,
There's nothing.
you just kind of
No! Goodra going down to the crit. Unlucky right there. Very unfortunate. I was hoping that it would eventually just stall out and then the game would just end from just Scizor going down and then a lot of stall, because even though what is it? Starmie has like natural cure, so it's going to come in and then you don't have to worry about it being toxic anymore. Now that I just remembered that, I'm like, oh wait, natural cure isn't going to matter. But we do have Honchkrow come in after all those GUI procs. It doesn't really matter, you know, just come in, beat up the Scizor, and that's going to be all good. And now Landorus is going to come out. Landorus is an interesting one right here because you can't really knock it out, and yeah, that's going to be the Brave Bird onto the Landorus from the Honchkrow. Go try to get some good amounts of damage in here right there. Boom, Landorus not gonna go down. It takes about half, but there's the Rocky Helmet. That's a lot of wow. How much recoil just happened? There's a Stone Edge. Dang. Oh man, if Honchkrow got that follow-up sweep, that would have been so amazing. But we didn't get that, and now we go into World Star, I guess, hip-hop, you know, because we got the baggy pants, we got our smooth moves on this Medicham. Landorus switching out, and then we're going into the Talonflame. That's not a good move at all. Talonflame does not want to eat that Zen Headbutt. I can guarantee that. What was I saying about the thing beforehand? Like, just Goodra going down, very unfortunate. The rest of the team could have gotten stalled out. I guess the strat works, though. Like, the strat is really good. I have to say. I really enjoy it because you get too tanky, especially against a full physical team like this. You do have to worry about Pokemon that can out-recover you, but I mean, Starmie would have eventually gone down. just steel Pokemon and poison Pokemon with sustain are kind of the only issue for that set, but you can still make it a little frustrating for them. There's a high jump kick. All right, we had everything that we needed. You know, Skull didn't burn us. High jump kick is certainly enough damage to knock out a frail Pokemon like Starmie, and then we go back into Landorus. So Landorus, Intimidate, still not gonna matter. Zen Headbutt's gonna be enough. Whoa! Right, I forgot that it's a full defensive Landorus. Like when you see the Rocky Helmet, gonna be mad on that defense. There's an Earthquake, and that will knock out the Medicham. I want to say the crit didn't matter, but it depends on like how tanky invested that Landorus was. Still stab, it's still pretty good. Ferrothorn comes in. I guess Ferrothorn just wins now, because like Leech Seed, Leech GG kind of thing like that. Also, Scizor was interesting because it already had +6, but after the getting cut down, technically at like +2 from the burn. Actually, yeah, that's one of the weird things. When you're at +4 or +6, you have 4 times your attack, but a burn cuts that in half, so you're at ×2, which is only +2. So it removes a lot of the setup right there, which means Ferrothorn could have come in, set up Leech Seed, and then try to like work through the Scizor. But I think bringing in the Honchkrow worked out a lot better. And now it's Tyranitar versus Ferrothorn, and Ferrothorn just wins. Like, I haven't seen leftovers on the Ferrothorn, so I'm guessing Rocky Helmet, which means Iron Barbs, Rocky Helmet, Leech Seed, shenanigans. There's the Iron Barbs on Tyranitar. That's the Rocky Helmet. Oh man, Ferrothorn sets up the Leech Seed. Now it's going to gain like 1/4 of its health every time it uses Protect. Crazy. Wow, that's Tyranitar almost taking half its health in one turn because of that. Tyranitar can only use Crunch though, so I guess the opponent's fishing for a crit right now. It's like the only thing that can save him this. And there's still a Lomomola, so Lomomola comes in, right? And just wins. He was switched out, wasn't he? Yeah, Palindrome I thought it was pretty safe. Oh no, the Power Whip misses, but we're still going to heal off of that Leech Seed. I would just Protect, because then Leech Seed, and then you have enough health to survive for sure. Then it'll be pretty good. But also, just because it's alive means like now you're good. There's the Crunch on the Ferrothorn. Ferrothorn is going to survive, and then it's game. All right, GG. What a wild battle. All right, that was from interesting to crazy Goodra ready to take it all to wait, this team is too tanky to never mind, I win with Ferrothorn. Anyways, good battle. I'll say that was a good battle overall. The Goodra strat works. It's not against that much filth. I mean, that's why I could see having the Alomomola or some kind of Pokemon with Wish, something to keep Goodra just a little extra safe, because Goodra sets up, you realize they have a lot of sustain on their team, then you go into even more tankiness, like Lomomola has the Regenerator. You can also go and break down those sustain tanks, bring back in Goodra, and look at that whole team. Except for the Superior, it had like physical attacks, like trying to hit the Goodra with the Psyshock and then just physical attackers. That Goodra would have just shut down if it wasn't for that crit. So guys, enjoy the battle. More Fan Fridays coming up in a bit.